Rod and Dan. Dornbusch download number 140, Rod. Unbelievable.
Good morning, Dan.
How are you?
Great. A bit nippy this morning, wasn't it?
Beautiful, huh?
Beautiful. Winter's here.
Winter has certainly come, especially with those westerlies, Rod. Hey, not much fun.
That's for sure.
Especially when you go out to the hockey paddocks, mate.
Oh, that's right.
Mr. Dornbusch used to call that Siberia around
Always put an extra jacket in the car. That's,
Yeah.
that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Dan, can I just, before we start, can I just throw in, there was mention of State of Origin last week on the download, and I'd just like to mention that I'm actually born in New South Wales, so I'd just like to throw that in. And
Are you a cockroach, Rod?
my State of Origin is New South Wales, yes. So I won't say any more, I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you. We deserve that.
It's a 3-game series, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah, Sydney's going to be interesting in a couple of weeks, isn't it? A few changes to Queensland.
Oh, there'll have to be.
And just as a segue there, no changes from the Reserve Bank yesterday, right?
No. Reserve Bank met yesterday. They left interest rates on hold at 1.5%. Yeah, it's interesting. They had a couple of things to say. They're talking about a sustainable growth by leaving it unchanged. Sustainable growth with fitting in with the inflation target as well, that they want to keep within that band all the time.
Yeah.
They said that the economy's a little bit flat at the moment with GDP figures and the like, but they're looking more at the 2-3 year period. GDP figures they're predicting will be better over the longer term.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah. I went to that smaller companies conference last week, Rod, and one of the things the Goldies were pushing was the fact that there's so much debt in the world at the moment. And that's, I think, thinking about it, that's why reserve banks around the world are leaving rates pretty low, because we would be in a fair bit of pain all of a sudden with all that debt if rates were to go sky high.
For sure.
So I think, they'll just keep them low, maybe put them up a little bit at a time, but we'll be in for an extended period of low rates.
Yeah, because we saw last week there were some figures for household debt in Australia came out, which was surprisingly very high.
Yes.
And potentially back to levels pre-GFC levels.
Pre-GFC levels, yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the actual credit card debt levels are too at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. So obviously the retailers are struggling a little bit at the moment, so they want people to spend money. So the credit card debt could be up there, hopefully.
All those specials. Yeah, just on that company conference, I just picked a few of the companies out that were interesting just to have a chat about. One's called Gen X Power. These guys are near Charters Towers, I'd say. If you draw a triangle out from Cairns and Townsville, they're out that way. They're actually, it's an old mine site. It's really interesting what they're doing. They're looking at solar power. They're putting down 50 megawatts worth of panels or whatever, hoping to generate about 200 megawatts worth of power from that to sell into the grid. But the other thing that they're doing with the open cut mines, they're actually looking at running a hydro system there, so actually running water from one of the mines or one of the pits into the other pit.
Okay.
And getting into baseload power there. So with green energy, that's certainly something different.
Smart energy, by the sound of it. Yeah.
Smart energy, yeah. Dacian Gold was another one. They're looking at delivering about 190,000 ounces per annum. Their mine's almost up and running.
That's over in WA? I think
they are. Yeah. All up cash costs about $1,039. So if they keep getting $1,600 an ounce, that's not bad profit in there for those guys. And Sandfire Resources, I first saw those guys present about 4 or 5 years ago when they had just made the discovery of DeGrussa. They were around 78 cents. They're now $6. One thing that did come out. Not a lot of companies are spending money on exploration at the moment. Yep. These guys, they've paid down all their debt. They've got about $90 million worth of cash, and they're really going hard on exploration now. So,
see, when you pay all your debt off in that period of time, it's a good springboard for further exploration.
Yep. Yeah, and just that cash generation from their mine as well. Average grades around the world are about 0.5 grams of copper per tonne. Right. These guys have got 0.5% copper per tonne. These guys have got about 5% copper per tonne. So it's good quality. Yeah. And the other penny dreadful is Mustang Resources, which are hunting for rubies in Mozambique. Well, what was interesting there, they're aiming to get about 200,000 carats together by October for one sale.
Yep.
The guys that mine next to them, who are listed on the English market and are just under takeover at the moment, their last sale they averaged $500 a carat US, so 200,000 carats by $500 per carat.
Do the maths, yeah.
That's 75.11 cents.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's 133 odd million. So hopefully something like that comes out for those guys.
Yeah. So they're talking it up. Pretty positive.
Yeah. Low cost to get it too. The rubies are just under the ground, so no real deep mining for them.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
very interesting.
Mm.
So there's a few to think about. If you're bored, we'll get a few charts up, and please, if you'd like to discuss any of them, give any of us a call here.
Yeah, for sure. Just on the local markets, we've had a couple of tough days.
We have.
Like yesterday was down 1.5%, down to 5,668. The S&P 200. So everything was struggling yesterday, pretty much. Financials, utilities, energy, healthcare. Gold was up when talking about resources. Gold was pretty much the only shining light yesterday.
Yeah, banks are still under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, well, I just looked at, just before we came on air this morning, CBA's down to $77, BHP $23, and Wesfarmers $40. So they're all down a bit, in the last couple of days.
And maybe, Rod, just the way it's fallen too in the last couple of weeks, perhaps we've got a little bit longer of the downside before it turns around as well. And, if you look back on the charts, sometimes it does flow into June, into like the third week of June, fourth week of June. So, it might take a bit longer to turn.
Yeah, for sure. But it's the old May and June, like we keep talking about, seems to be coming to fruition again.
This year,
Just on, finally, just on the couple of overseas things coming up, just the British election next couple of days. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. So I think the markets are hoping that it's a strong
stay the same.
Theresa May gets a strong following. And also in the States, James Comey in the next couple of days does his testimony as well. So it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of that in the US, and how it affects markets as well.
Yeah,
so
very good.
that's about it from me today.
That's it from me.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.